Hey guys, welcome back to the four wheel builds channel. Today we're once again going to be doing a quick DIY on the 2010 Skoda Yeti. Last time, if you recall, we did the rear brake pad replacement. You can catch the video by clicking on the link here. But today we're going to concentrate on getting the front brake pads done. Hopefully it's going to be a fairly quick job, so let's get going. Get a breaker bar out and let's just break these bolts loose. It's a 17 mil, by the way. Okay, now that we've got the bolts broken, let's get the car lifted up and let's get this wheel off. The Skoda Yeti lift point, or the jack point, is right there, if you can see. That area is a little bit wider, so that indicates that this is a jacking point. Now before we go and lift this car up, let's make sure that all the wheels are chocked or blocked, front and rear. So let's do that now. With all our wheels chocked, we can now lift the car up. Now that we've got the car lifted up, we can remove the wheel. And as you well know, I like to get the wheel underneath the car, so in case the jack fails, the car will not fall onto the ground. Now that we've got the wheel off, we're going to have a look at the brake pad. It is quite worn. So now what we're going to do is just take the caps off from these rubber boots here. That hides some a T7 or H7 bolts which need to be removed. So now what we're going to do is actually remove these plastic end caps which are on it, and rubber grommets. There's some H7 bolts behind there which we need to get undone so we can get the caliper off. So we're taking the end caps off, so now we have access to the hex bolts. I like it just to break them loose. There's a tool that I've got in the brake kit. And then use the ratchet. Let's get a large screwdriver and got to push these bolts out. And these bolts, just got to grab a screwdriver and push them out right at the end. Well, there goes the light. Just to get them out from the actual caliper. So do the same for the top and bottom. Both of your bolts out, top and bottom, you can take the caliper off. What I like to do is put one of these clips in, but maybe we'll do it a little bit later. Let's first get these brake pads out. Okay. So there's the old brake pads. As you can see, quite rusted. There's not much material on them left. We'll get the new ones out in a second. We'll do a comparison and I'll show you what the difference is between the old and new. To secure our caliper, stand around one of these. We do not want the brake caliper to be hanging on that brake line. Alright, let's get the new pads out and we'll show you what to do next. One thing I noticed that happened whilst I was taking the calipers off is this cable broke for the actual brake wear indicator. So that should be attached. It isn't. That's the new one that we've got. So as you can see, the actual difference in the brake pad size is quite significant. We've got the same thing, the same shape, same size. So I think we're actually good to install this. So let's just get this cable out. Okay. of the old, and here's the new one. Right, so now before we put the calipers on, what we're going to do is actually just clean these guides up. This is where the actual caliper moves along as you're braking, as you can see. So to avoid squeaking, let's clean these up and then use some copper grease just to grease this up and make sure that we don't get any squeaks. This time around I've actually got a mask, as you can see. I'll put this on. Remember, safety first. Let's clean these up. Now that we've got our guides cleaned up, the next step what we're going to have to do is just open up the bonnet or the hood and undo the master brake cylinder. Don't forget to close it later. But now what we need to do is push our brake cylinder back. So from here, it needs to go back all the way there for us to be able to get our new brake pads in. We'll use such a tool that goes in here, essentially, and there's a part that goes here, and we'll, by screwing that shaft in, we'll be pushing the cylinder back. Okay, so let me put you back on stand because I need 2 hands for this. Okay, now that we've got a piston pushed back, let's grease up our guides and also our brake pads. That's a grease on the actual pad itself. Sorry, on the back of the pad, not the front, by the way. And also put some grease in his groove where the actual caliper touches the actual, the brake pad touches the caliper. So remember, not on this side, because that's where the brake pad touches the rotor. We do not want grease there. So that's one. This will just stop the actual brake pad from squeaking as you brake. So also put some on this guide here. Both of the pads in. Okay, so our calipers mounted, the brake pads are in. You see them on the guides there. So all we've got to do is do up the, once again, the top and the bottom hex bolt. Don't forget to connect the actual brake pad wear cable. or indicator cable. Sorry, it's a little bit fiddly for me because I'm trying to do it in a manner that I don't block your view. Okay, these need to be done to about 35 Newton meters. Let's do it and tight. That's it. And once you're done, make sure you close up your brake fluid reservoir. Front brake pads on the 2010 Skoda Yeti are done. So that's one side. I'll go ahead and do the other side now, but I won't bother you with that because it's just basically the same thing. The other side, or the non-driver side, at least in Europe, doesn't have this brake wear indicator cable, so it's a little bit, I guess maybe a little bit easier. So just to give you one last look as to how that actually comes out. We can go in and break the pump pedal, pump the brake pedal a number of times, and this gap will close because the piston will push out and the whole thing will move over a little bit, and that gap will be closed. But that's looking quite good. Like I said, we'll go do the other side. So guys, thanks for watching, thanks for being with us. I hope you find this episode very, very useful. If you haven't subscribed us yet, please consider subscribing, leave us a comment, leave us a like, and we'll see you in the next episode. See you guys then.